Back at Pocono, and Jimmy Johnson's troubles may be continuing. He just got passed by the leader, the 9 car of Casey Kane.
Still got a problem of some kind. The car runs great off the corner, most of the way about halfway down the straightaway, and then at the end of the straightaway they start losing a lot of RPMs, a lot of speed. What's going on with that 48, Shannon?
Well, they did not find a plug wire off, you guys. That's what the team has just told me. But Jimmy Johnson did come on the radio and say he thinks it may be something in the carburetor. So right now there's just a lot of confusion down here in the 48 camp. Everyone's just waiting to see what's going to happen with that car.
Kind of worries me though that when you see something on a car that hurts it at the end of the straightaway, it's usually a valve spring, and when that happens, it's just a matter of time before the motor finally just self-destructs.
There's the 11 car, Denny Hamlin, the 17 of Matt Kenseth, and the 2 of Kurt Busch. They are 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
There goes Mark Martin making up a spot. Moves up to 12th by Jamie McMurray.
So Jimmy Johnson now being shown 1 lap down in 36th position. He is the only car, by the way, not on the lead lap. We invite you to round the bases with ESPN for 2 nights of Major League Baseball action. First catch Monday Night Baseball presented by Holiday Inn at 7 Eastern. Alfonso Soriano leads the red-hot Cubs against Scott Rowland and the Cincinnati Reds. Then catch 2 American League East rivals battle on Wednesday Night Baseball presented by Smirnoff Ice as Kevin Youkilis and the Red Sox take on Evan Longoria and the Tampa Bay Rays at 7 Eastern time. ESPN News will be shown in Boston and the Tampa markets. Major League Baseball on ESPN and ESPN 360 Monday and Wednesday.
See Casey Kane now just stretching it out on the rest of the field. He's got a 1.5 second lead over David Rudiman.
Casey got a lot of momentum. 4 top 10 finishes for Casey Kane the last 5 races.
I talked to those guys in the garage area, the 9 team. They're very, very optimistic about the race up here, and their new engine package that they've got, that new Dodge engine, is starting to really pay off for them. Say a track like this, it really does, because it makes a lot more bottom end power. But you see Jimmy Johnson still having problems with this car. He's actually losing more spots, and it's slowing down even more and more. See the RPMs in the middle of the corner. That's normal about there, but it's just not picking up RPMs on the straightaway.
Got to be frustrating for a driver, DJ. You know you got an engine problem, and you know it's as long as this race is, it's probably just going to get worse. And I don't know what you can do about it from the seat.
No, there's really nothing. You just drive and get what you can out of it and make the most of the day. The problem that you have is all these cars on the lead lap, so it's going to be tough. And you keep trying to run, it's only going to enhance that problem probably.
Yeah, let's don't forget now that the 88 car had an engine failure at Indy last week. We don't know if this might be related to that with the Hendrick engine operation, but he's definitely having a problem here.
Well, with him having problems, you know, about 45 laps ago, you see Tony Stewart just going by, left side of your screen, going by the 48 of Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy had cut 100 points off the Stewart's lead about 35 laps ago. He was down to about 78 points. And now with Tony going by, the lead for Tony Stewart is up to 191 over Jeff Gordon. 266 now over the 48 car of Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah, and another problem they're going to have is they're being told to pick up their speed. There is a minimum speed to stay out there and continue, and that's Jimmy's been told that he's going to have to pick it up, or they'll have to come in and work on that car to get it where they can run the minimum speed.
He's almost 4 seconds a lap slower than leader Casey Kane right now, and you can see the car just not picking up any RPM. Should be up to over 9,000 right there.
The minimum speed here, or lap time, is a 59.47. That's what NASCAR tells every 7.
Now you're being courteous to those guys out there, but NASCAR is saying that we've got to try to pick up our speed, so just do what you can.
You hear Chad telling him
26 only, 5 back to next car.
What NASCAR has told him. This is a really difficult situation as a driver. You're trying to stay out of the way, but trying to run as hard as you possibly can. So his lap times have been around the 60-second mark, so he's going to have to pick up about 0.3 of a second.
See Carl Edwards now putting a little pressure on Stewart. Stewart passing the 6 car David Reagan. That's for position for the 9th spot. They've made a ton of gains on that 14 car today. They started out so loose they couldn't hardly hang on. Actually made a pit stop thinking they had a flat tire. The car got so loose they had an opportunity to unhook the rear sway bar and then start adjusting the car from there, and then caught that huge break when they pitted and the caution came out and they stayed on the lead lap.
And Casey Kane up front is our leader. Momentum so important in this sport, and Casey Kane and this 9 team really have it. Right now they have the lead as well at Pocono. Casey Kane leading here in the Sunoco Red Cross Pennsylvania 500. Kane trying to get his second win of 2009, winning at Infineon Raceway. And that win took the King, Richard Petty, to victory lane for the first time in 10 years. How good was it to see the King celebrating another victory? 6 and 5 car here, Reagan and Martin battling for 11th spot.
Yeah, Mark tried to make that inside pass again, just wasn't able to make that happen. He's been a little bit slower making his way back up. Here comes Kevin Harvick. He's on the inside of Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch has kind of been sliding backwards here since that last pit stop.
Am I the only one going backwards?
Yeah, man. What you got there?
Wow. Does not turn with the front tires. Center off. I cannot get on. I cannot get through the center and off of 1. I cannot get off of 3.
That was the radio of Kyle Busch communicating with his crew chief Steve Addington as his car has started to fall backwards. Kyle early in the race running firmly in the top 10. Now he's back to 18th. And this is that point in the race where Steve Addington really needs Kyle to stay focused. Sometimes he gets frustrated if they don't have a winning car. And Addington says Kyle needs to understand that you can still win the war without winning every battle. Sometimes 10th place is a good day. They got a lot of work to do to get there. Jamie?
Well, Vince, I'll tell you what, the guy who was in the news all week, the 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya, he's had his issues today, though. Remember at the top of the show we talked about he picked the first pit box. Well, he slid through it twice today. He came in and he pitted on lap 88. Well, he went back out after he slid through his box. He said he had a vibration. They had to change all 4 tires on lap 98. He slipped back. Right now he's sitting on the cusp of those chase standings that we're talking about in 12.
Jamie, he entered Indianapolis in 9th in the points, and because of not getting the win there, not getting a top 10 finish, he moved back to 11th. And now, right now, he is sitting in 12th spot, just hanging on in just 28 points in front of the 00 of David Rudiman. And that's been the focus this year for that 42 team of Juan Pablo Montoya. We got to get in the chase.
And you've heard Montoya talk about it every week in every interview, that that's their goal, try to get top 10 finishes and get themselves situated solidly in the chase. But there's so many cars that finish on the lead lap here, and if you have any type of problem, you can find yourself slipping backwards, and that's exactly where he's at today as we look at the points here.
Yeah, you see David Rudiman only 28 points out the way they run. He's running second on the racetrack, and if he could bring a top 5 finish on, that'd put him a lot closer to making that chase.
Yeah, but we'll caution you, there's still 80 laps to go in this long race today, so a lot can happen, but as of right now, David Rudiman's looking pretty good.
You also saw Kyle Busch back there in 14th position. He lost 4 spots as a result of that 38th place finish in Indianapolis. You heard him talking about just being able to get top 10 finishes. Let's listen into the radio for our leader, Casey Kane.
Saving a pretty good bit, Kenny.
10-4, man. Good deal. Good deal. We're all right. I just wanted to save a little bit, but we're fine.
Take a look at the windows, the fuel windows for our top 3 drivers, and getting close.
Yeah, you see Casey Kane has got a few more laps on his fuel load. Here's a second spot changing places. You see David Rudiman's got just a little bit more, and Denny Hamlin making his stop later than any of them. He made his last stop on lap 90.
Remember, David Rudiman finished 3rd here back in June, and one of his 4 top 5 finishes, including a win this year. Casey Kane, our leader here, lap 121, moving in on pit stops when we come back.